Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Whatever Show. I'm Dana Dubois.
I am Lawrence Winterman. Good morning.
Good morning.
Or happy noon for those of you on the East Coast like me.
Yeah, I do love the later start on Saturday, Lawrence. It's so much more chill. I was thinking this morning that like a nugget of a story somewhere around like a night owl living in the wrong time zone
Mm.
all these months now and what that's been like. Anything stupid I've said, I'm just going to blame on that.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
Right. That is fair. What's going on with you this morning, Lawrence? Do we have, KR Byers is coming on, but I think he's now going by his proper name and not KR anymore.
I
He
mean, we
should.
should ask him.
I
But yes,
oh yeah,
KR's first name is Kenyon. And
he just wrote back and said yes, please. He's going by Kenyon now.
all right, there you
So
go.
we have Kenyon Byers coming to join us in just a few minutes. Super
That is,
excited to welcome him back to the show.
yes. I've been chatting with Kenyon kind of over the course of the last like 6 or 8 weeks um, about kind of doing pushback on. Oh yeah, Kenyon just joined. Excellent. Um, Doing pushback on tweets and blue skies and everything they're crazy and ridiculous. And um, it's interesting. He put together a little group. Kenyon, I hope I'm not revealing too much here. That and it's a little hard to get people engaged to do it, which just makes me think that there's this famous Will Rogers quote from back in the day. Somebody asked Will Rogers if he was part of any organized political party, and he said something along the lines of like, "No, fuck no, I'm a Democrat. Like they're the least organized party you've ever met." And like even
Yeah.
liberals, like forget the Democrat label, like just liberals. Like if you go out asking a bunch of liberals to get organized around something, it's kind of hard to do because everyone has their own idea on how to do it. Um,
Yeah, you're right about that, Lawrence. And you saying that is reminding me of something we talked about a while ago of like all the Gen X focused stories that were hitting the news there for a while. I don't know if they're done, but there was kind of a streak early, right as we were launching. And I was like, I like them a little, but I sort of hate all of them. And it's because every Gen X feels they're so iconoclastic that nobody's quite capturing it right. And
yeah,
maybe that holds true with the Democratic Party in general, that
yeah.
we're all like, that's not how you liberal.
Honestly, like, so I
Yeah,
was I served in local Democratic Party politics in Seattle for like 6 years. I was part of
I
the
remember.
36th District Democrats, and I was the communications chair. And man, you have never met so many crazy people as when you go to a Democratic Party meeting because
Oh,
everyone has their own idea of what the most important topic is. Like there was a guy who like his thing was that everyone should be using Linux instead of Windows or Apple. And
oh
it's
my
like,
God,
bro,
I remember those days.
like I hear you, and also we're in Microsoft's backyard, and maybe this isn't the organizing issue that Democrats should be.
Right?
Maybe this isn't where we should be focusing. So
Right.
yeah, I like to say, if you want to meet crazy people, go to a local political organizing meeting, and you will absolutely meet someone who is uh, organizing around some crazy principle that you're like, that is clearly not the most important thing we need to be doing right now.
Right. Is that really the next indicated thing? Is that the hot topic that voters care
Right.
about? Oh my
Right.
gosh. Yeah, I'm very excited to hear and partake in this conversation because it's so important. And I have to admit, my first instinct when you were like engaging with Trumpies online, I'm like, nope, delete it first instinct. So I think maybe I could use the guidance that we're going to be talking about with Kenyon today because that is not my instinct. My instinct is nope, block.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, that tends to be the way that we're approached. I was debating saying this, but I'm going to because it feels very relevant here. Right before I came on, I was, doing my morning, checking the social media stuff. And I opened Instagram and Stephanie Drury, who we had on a few Saturdays ago from Stuff
Yeah.
Christian Culture Likes, she had posted, it was a video of I hate to say his name again, Charlie Kirk at a university. And her caption was something like, if you're tempted to be lured in by this, he was a great debater. He welcomed discourse kind of line of thinking. I want you to watch this. And it was a screen up and down of him debating a young Black woman. She's 18 at a university, and she comes on and starts talking about how these white Trumpy guys start kind of catcalling her, and they call her the N-word and threaten to rape her. And he was like, wow, that happened here on this campus. What happened when you reported it? And she said, well, I didn't report it. And he was like, then I don't believe you. And she kept trying to, she's like, okay, that's fine. I mean, she was so meek, Lawrence. She was 18 up on the stage. And she was like, and she keeps just trying to describe the event and what happened. And he keeps saying, I don't believe you at all. I think you're a liar. And like this, like very, very authoritative, like shut down. And she was so brave. She was trying so hard to tell her story. That's what I picture when I think about debating the other side online of like, uh, we're not speaking the same language, and there's no nuance. There's no ability to listen because, of course, I saw that and saw a young Black woman. Of course, she didn't go to campus police to report this because no one would believe her, and how much worse he made it. I know that's a little bit of a tangent, but it feels related to this because perhaps the instinct of someone like me should not be to just block, but to engage. I don't know. I'm eager to hear. If other people have successful techniques, then great. I can be all ears.
Yeah.
A shovel to the face. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Same initial reaction. Like that. I know nonviolence is important and key. We should never be violent. Unless we are being attacked. But still, I hear something like that. I'm like, yeah, really, somebody should just punch that fucker in the face a couple of times.
right. Or that woman should have been like, you pride yourself on debate and discourse. This isn't a debate.
Right. My
I'm not
experience isn't a
interested in
debate.
talking to you. Peace out, and walking away. Like,
Yeah.
if enough people had done that, then he wouldn't have had a platform. But
Yeah.
when you're 18, you can't see that you're like, you can be the start of power. Right.
Right.
So interesting. Okay. I'm not going to linger on that for very long because I'm tired of saying his name. Release the Epstein files, all that. Like, can we shift to talk about something else? Gun violence is always bad. Let's move on. Should we talk about our pledge drive, Lawrence?
We
It's almost
should.
over. Today is the penultimate day of summer. And that means, I see there's another conversation going on here about astrology. I'm getting all sucked in
Sharon is
here.
reminding everybody that there is a lunar eclipse tomorrow at 29 degrees of Virgo. I said directly in direct opposition to my Venus. What could possibly go wrong?
I don't know what that means. So you're going to have to tell me what could possibly go wrong.
I mean, depends on what's at 29 degrees in your chart.
Okay, call me later and tell me.
You're right. Call me.
Call me. I need to know what I'm up against tomorrow, because tomorrow, Lawrence, what's happening tomorrow here on
Tomorrow is our 4-hour extravaganza, end of summer pledge drive marathon celebration. We are going to be broadcasting live for 4 hours from 4 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. We have got a packed lineup of people who are coming to join us. If we haven't asked you to come join us, reach out. We have not been so great at coordinating this. We probably just forgot. And if you want to come hang out on the show, come join us, and we could possibly, pull you online and welcome you to the chat. I think, Dana, you have a list of people who are joining us.
I do.
Yes, it's on the eclipse. It is.
Well, it's on the equinox and the eclipse.
Well, just because it's the equinox doesn't mean that there is an eclipse.
No, I'm saying it's on the equinox and an eclipse.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong? Wow.
Right.
What time is the eclipse happening? Is it during the show?
2:55 Central, says Karen. So 3:55. So basically immediately preceding the kickoff.
That's beautiful.
That
Okay.
is
Well,
kind of beautiful.
I love that. We also, are we at 110 paid subscribers today, Lawrence? I have,
110. We are at 110 paid subscribers. Thank you,
oh,
everybody. Like we kind of lapped ourselves. We haven't done our 100 celebration yet. And I don't know that we even thought to pick a 110 celebration.
we don't
So,
have a 110 celebrate. I think that this show tomorrow will cover all of the deciles to follow. Um, I personally am at 63 paid subscribers. Lawrence and I are each hoping to hit 100 individually. So through tomorrow night, it's only $1 to support
yeah,
us for the whole year. I
I'm
just,
uh I'm at 53, so Dana is
oh,
whooping my ass. But that's fine. That's fine. That's cool.
yeah, nothing wrong with that. So if you haven't supported us individually and you want to, $1 gets you subscribed to us for the whole year. We're
I
just
don't
the
I don't
What's
know
that?
if you guys can hear my cat.
Yes, I can.
Okay, she does this thing sometimes where she will go sit out in the other room and she will literally caterwaul. This must be where the word caterwaul comes from. She will sit out there and go I swear to God, it's like she's being tortured because she's
She's
trained
trying
me that if she makes that noise, Papa freaks out and comes running and goes, "My baby, what's wrong with my baby? Not my baby."
right. I think what she's trying to say is release the Epstein files.
That actually, that is what she's saying. She's saying, "Release the Epstein files. Release the Epstein. Trump's in the Epstein files."
Ticket from Ripley. This is Ripley, right?
That's Ripley. Yeah,
Yep.
Tycho's so chill that he wouldn't imagine doing something like that.
So
He's just like,
embarrassing.
"Papa, rub my belly."
Yes. Okay. Post caterwauling, I'm going to read the list of everyone who's going to be on our
Read
live
the
this
list, and
week.
then let's bring Kenyon on here and
Yes,
get this party started.
we will. So this will all go down between 4 and 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow on the 21st night of September. So we will be ending summer together. That's 1 to 5 p.m. my time. This is the list in order, which I don't know that we're going to publish it in order because I don't want to commit. Some people may wiggle times, some people may have last minute cancellations, but as of right now, in order, we will be hosting Dr. Amber Hall, Melissa Corrigan, Kiki Walter, Fusen Iden, Soso, Walter Ryan, Shar Sundust, Karen Murray Shelton, One Break for us, then Steve Uppendahl, Wendy Parker, and Frederick Pogue will close. How's that for a motherfucking show?
That is fucking great. Okay, so somebody just pointed out in the chat, who was it? I should name check you. Uh, Sorry, I'm losing it. Well, someone pointed out that the equinox is actually on Monday. I just looked. It is.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
Monday the
summer,
22nd at 2 p.m. But you know what? We will still in the pledge drive tomorrow.
yes, we will.
For our
Maybe
purposes, summer ends tomorrow. So
maybe
there you
we'll
go.
extend the discount to exactly end on the equinox.
Right,
We'll
that would be
extend it by
fun.
a day.
Yeah,
That would be
there you
funny.
go.
I mean, it is summer pledge drive. We're being literalists. You have every moment of summer to support Gen Xe and Dana Dubois Writes and Lawrence Winterman science fiction. So, yeah, we're going to have a huge party tomorrow. We're going to invite one after the other, all these folks to join us. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be so fun. And yes, if you would like to join us, please let us know and we can wiggle in room and yeah, call me.
Call me,
Yeah.
my
Showing
love.
while you're
You
singing, I am
call
going to add
call me anytime.
that's beautiful,
I,
Lawrence.
you know,
Any
and
episode
I
could
don't
become
love
a karaoke,
karaoke.
right? Right? Okay. Hopefully Kenyon is on his way. I'm probably going to slip and say KR because I'm just not used to it. But oh, Beth says she's going to be at her son's wedding reception during our thing.
Oh,
Maybe we'll excuse you for that, Beth. That's like an okay excuse, I guess.
Come on, not maybe. Of course, that's a totally legit
I'm
excuse.
totally teasing. Congratulations, Beth. That's awesome. Whoa, I see it says here Rosicurian epiphymus. Not according to wow, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but you are
Uh, the
right.
Rosicrucian ephemeris is what Karen is saying. So it's a type of ephemeris. What is up, Kenyon?
Oh,
How's it going?
Kenyon.
good. How are you?
Excellent. Excellent. Look
We're
how well
great.
lit you are.
I am always well lit, my friend.
Ooh. All right. All right. Double et
Very
triple
handsome,
entendre is intended.
right? New name, same handsome face.
Well, that's my real name, and I was going by that at first, and then I switched over to just doing KR Byers on here. But on everything else, I have Kenyon as my name still on Facebook and on Twitter. So I was like, why? Why did I decide that Substack gets to only know me by one side or something, I guess.
Yeah.
That's actually that it's funny that you say that, and I think it will be kind of related to this topic. I struggled so hard with how to name myself online and where. Because as a woman on the internet mouthing off to conservatives, um, if you Google my real last name, you find my address in 5 seconds. And I
Right.
also have written about my kids, and I have named my younger child because part of one of my origin story is that I launched a publication for parenting gender nonconforming kids, and my child changed her name during the course of her gender journey. And so I name her, and I was like, well, I don't want to out her full name either. And then what do I do
Right.
on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn? And it's still a struggle. So I understand the whole like wanting to be authentic online, but also how to connect the dots for people, how to stay safe, all the things. And Kenyon is an awesome name. I see
And that's
Kenyon.
oh yeah. Thanks, babe.
Oh,
So
right.
Kimberly's
That's
my babe. Yeah. Yeah. That's my lady. Just so
yeah.
everybody
Oh,
knows. Kimberly's my lady.
We
Kimberly
hope
and
she loves your
Kenyon,
name.
you guys.
yeah.
She's required. She's not, I promise I
Kimberly and
love your
Kenyon
name.
is it's too cute. That's so that's adorable.
Yeah,
I
she's
see.
she's she's too cute. I'm a little bit more rough and rugged. She gets all the credit for the cuteness in the relationship.
Nice.
Okay, fair,
Nice.
fair. Well, I love
But
that.
yeah, it's a hard thing to navigate. Going back to what you were saying, and I can't imagine obviously what it's like for a woman to navigate that. I went with my real identity because I knew they'd find me eventually because is how much of a smartass I am, anyways. Um,
Yes.
and the real dedicated ones, the real scary ones, they'll find you no matter what your username is and stuff. And I've come in contact with a few of those. They'll send you images of your front door.
Oh my
That's
God.
always fun.
I have not
Yeah.
I have not had that happen yet. And you saying that just made me be like, oh, I need to go look into Delete Me. That was on my list for this week and I didn't do it because I would be extremely rattled if that happened. That's not a challenge to anybody
Yeah.
listening. Please don't do that.
Right.
Ah,
Yeah, right. You're like,
right,
don't try. Like, no, we're not telling, like, we don't want that. Like, that's not what we want. We want to
right.
uphold that level of anonymity on the internet, right?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
it's kind of topical, right, Kenyon?
Yes.
Because, what we're talking about today is kind of how we push back on, MAGA and Trump stuff, how we push back on disinformation and misinformation. And part of what I think we've all experienced is a lot of hate speech online where, if we express an opinion, like, I don't know, Gaza is a genocide, people freak out and, say horrible things. And, it can get pretty extreme, right? So
Yeah.
it's a challenge. You've had actual experiences where people have like sent you pictures of your front door and whatnot?
Yeah, that's only happened like twice for sure that I can remember. But I have had people like look up my name before and stuff when I was just KR Byers and like figure out who I actually was just by that alone. I do have a unique name. My full name is Kenyon Ray York Byers, and technically I'm second. So Kenyon Ray York Byers the second.
But not a junior. That's interesting.
No. Yeah, my uncle, not my dad.
Okay, got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
So
a beautiful and distinctive name, and absolutely, if anyone wants to come find you now, there's it's gonna be very easy to find you. So,
yeah.
you're brave. You're brave.
Well, or stupid, it might be stupid. It really could be a little bit of stupidity, but it's also a little bit of, I, like I said, even when I was just going by like KR Byers, like I did have people find me and stuff. So at one point I was like, I've just got to shed that altogether and just be me out in the open. And if all else fails at this point, I mean, look at what happened when they assassinated he who shall not be named.
Right.
He's really super popular and well loved now. Like killing people just turns them into a martyr.
Right.
And so that's kind of where I'm at with it. So plus
Yeah.
I'm well protected. We've got dogs and, because I do live in Idaho, I do, protect myself in other means as well.
Yeah.
Plus we have
Yeah.
cameras.
It's a valid worry, and there's something about having a really distinct name, right? Like, I can tell you for a fact that there are only two Lawrence Wintermans in the entire United States. It's me and one other dude that I'm related to but don't actually know. And if you get my full name, Lawrence Edward Winterman, there's one out of 335 million people in this country, and it's me. So,
Right.
um,
Yeah. See, yeah, there's something about that. Like you probably have experienced the same thing. They can find you, right?
So far, I haven't actually had anybody threaten me. I don't know. I mean, knock on all the wood and everything. I don't know how I've gotten so lucky.
You all,
Yeah,
I'm just like, there's a Jewish word for this. Lawrence knows it, I'm sure. Kinahara, like you're calling
Kinahora.
yourself a Kinahara. Um, like you're gonna
What does
hang
it
up.
mean?
It means we're gonna hang up from this, and you're both gonna have like your yards full of maggots hucking eggs at your house. You
Oh,
monsters! It's like you're
It's
tempting
basically
fate.
like you're tempting fate. Like
oh,
you should
yeah.
stop talking about this because you're tempting fate. And yeah, it's like the moment where you knock on wood or spit over your left shoulder or do whatever it is you
Yeah.
do to ward off bad luck.
Okay, well, we can like sincerely, we can talk. We were talking about strategy, and I think that's so important. And so, one of the strategies and the reason that it had escalated to this is I stopped like bowing down to MAGA a long time ago in conversations and being like, oh, they're too vulgar. I'm just going to leave. You know what I mean? So I just kept on going. And I learned if you do, that's when they start to threaten you. But the thing is when they send you those images of your own front door, you get them permabanned. And so I've gotten quite a few
Yeah.
people permabanned by just continuing to conversate with them. And they end up making threats and boom, you're gone. And especially now, even more so than ever, even Elon Musk's platform is not taking threats lightly at all. Like they're done. Like you don't get to say stuff like that at all. And
Really?
so,
So any social media platform, if you report a photo of your front door with a threat attached to it, they will forever ban that person.
well, so the threat that in the instance I'm specifically referring to in my mind, uh,
Mhm.
I had to actually like send in like a full like email and description with it and stuff because I reported the picture as not their property. They're sharing stuff that isn't them. And then when it asked like what it was and stuff, I sent the screenshots of the rest of the conversation where him and another guy were talking about how soft my front door looked.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, right. And so, yeah, I'd gone. And then it's funny, that guy followed me around for a while, warning people that I would get them banned if they kept arguing with me. And
Wait,
they
so
still would get all mad and start like threatening and stuff. And he's like, I'm telling you. And like, it's like, dude, you're barking up the wrong tree. These people want to like hate me and they don't even know why.
so if he was banned, how is he still talking about you there? Like, was he on
Alternative accounts,
all
VPNs.
got
Unfortunately, it just slows them down, but it took down this whole audience. And it's
Yeah.
going to be hard to recoup that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
wow.
that I mean, I think in terms of like strategies and tactics, that's a really important one to elevate, right? Which is that you can do things like this, like report accounts, and if somebody's stupid enough to do it from their primary account where they've built a big following, you can literally you can damage them. Like rebuilding an audience of 10,000 or 30,000 or whatever is fucking hard.
Yeah, it probably is for him. I'm sure, but he earned it, and so you don't do stuff like that just because it does lead to things like what happened to, him, the guy who we won't talk about, and so we don't want that because look at how much that strengthened their side of everything.
Right.
So it's the exact opposite of what we want. We don't want to kill their little ideologues. We want to defeat them on their own turf. We want to get up on stage and we want to get him cornered in a position where he has to admit he's basically an asshole, because he has no other argument left. That's what we want. We don't want them gone, like gone, whatever. We don't want that ever,
Right. Right.
and we're seeing why. That's why we don't want this to happen to the big T. We really don't want it to happen to him, you guys,
Right.
because oh my goodness, it will be called the United States of Trumptopia after that. I guarantee it.
Right.
Right? Oh my God.
Right.
You're
It's
not
so true.
wrong.
It's so true. Like we don't even, as much as people talk about like, oh, we need the cheeseburgers to do their business. Like we don't even really want that, like what we really want is him to, you know, be impeached, for the truth to come out so that he can go to jail and he can see justice done. And, may he live a long life in prison, rotting away
Right.
in prison for the crimes that he has committed against this country and
I
all
don't.
those little girls and, whatever else.
Well, what I keep on saying is we want him to get so old that he's barely able to move around and he's like literally crapping himself in an obvious manner because it will humanize him.
Right.
If he lives to be 100 and there's video of it, then everything he's ever stood for will be humanized. He's not this like deity of an entity that, was unstoppable, even by time itself. No, he's just a man. He's just a man with a loud mouth. And he happened to be the loudest mouth person at the time. And he took the mic and he's owned it since. But somebody else is going to come along and they're going to be louder and they're going to be more educated and they're going to be way more charismatic. It's just, we don't know who.
Yeah,
And I
as
mean,
I'm
hopefully it's
listening to
somebody
you,
from
I'm
our
like,
side, right? Like, hopefully it's somebody that,
yeah,
is rallying the people to the cause of, real freedom and justice, and not somebody on the MAGA side who's just louder and more bloviating than he is.
yeah. It's listening to you, Lawrence. I'm like I used to feel that way. Do you remember the ITMFA T-shirts that Dan Savage was selling? I had one forever, and it's missing. I suspect my ex took it because it was my favorite T-shirt. But it was during Trump V1. It said it stood for impeach the motherfucker already, ITMFA, and it comes.
Ah.
Dan Savage is a sex and relationship advice columnist, and he would always say DTMFA, dump the motherfucker already. I kind of coined that term when people would call in and be like, "Oh, I really love my boyfriend, but he cheats on me and he's a jerk," and whatever it was, dump the
Dump the
motherfucker already.
motherfucker already.
Yeah.
And so
I get it. That's awesome.
in the age of Trump, it became ITMFA, and it was the best political shirt because you'd wear it. First of all, they sold it in like the cutest baby doll cut, so like curvy women like me could wear it well. And then people would be like, "What does that stand for?" And you would get to say, "Impeach the motherfucker already." And generally in Seattle, that always had a positive response. But we've indicted him.
Maybe not so much in Idaho, Kenyon.
Right. Well, it helps you sort the crowd, right? Or you could come up with a lie if you didn't feel safe. But how many
Yeah, I
times
go
have
out
we?
in disguise at this point
Right.
already. Like they know me.
Right. I think we impeached him twice? How many
Hmm.
times did we impeach him?
We did
And so,
impeach him twice.
and then it became indict the motherfucker already. And then that didn't. I mean, like, I don't think he's going to prison, and I don't think impeachment will help because it's already happened, and he's already
Yeah.
wriggled out of all of it. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but that's how I feel about it. And I've heard he's selling the shirts again. In fact, I'm looking now. They were gone forever. Like I said, mine is missing, and I really miss mine, and I was sad about it. But I'll have to do a better search when I'm not on the thing. But he said on air what he wanted the I to stand for now, and I can't remember. I think it was imprison the motherfucker already, which
Oh,
would make sense
that
too.
does
All the
make
I
sense.
verbs, all the I verbs. So, yeah, I think I might get one because I really miss my old one. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I,
When
I
you have a shirt that you love, it's hard to get rid of it. I understand that. I have when they start to get worn out for me, it's always the shoulders where they start to wear so thin, they start to like actually,
Because they're so
break.
manly.
Right. Because Kenyon's so buff, right? He wears them to work out and they just split it to seams like Hulk.
Well, that's never happened. Anyway,
I do have to say a quick
that has
interjection on
happened to me.
one thing about Gen XE is we're always trying to figure out how Substack works behind the scenes, because Substack is a bit of a gray, has a gray veil over their functionality sometimes.
Yeah.
And we have heard that if you push the heart during a live, it triggers to them that it's a more engaging live, and it up levels and you get more people joining. And so at 9 minutes ago, now 10 minutes ago, at 58, I asked people to press the hearts a bunch, and we're now at 82.
Wow. So
Which is
experiment one, huh?
you know, we
could be
we
working.
have
Yeah.
anecdotally noticed that the ones where people are using the
It
heart
was
button,
also just shortly after you joined Kenyon, so it could also be
no,
you.
we jumped when Kenyon joined also. Because it's Saturday. The Saturday one tends to be a smaller one, because people are living lives, not trying to avoid their work days. They're
Yeah.
outside touching grass. And some of them take it with them, I hope. But anecdotally, it seems to be working. Plus, this is an awesome conversation that's worthy of your hearts. But Linnea just wrote and said, my heart clicking finger is tired. So thank you for your service.
I know
We salute you.
they're coming in so fast for me that it's just like nonstop. It's cool.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Yeah, everyone who tires out their finger in service of this, we will award you the golden medal of freedom per
Right.
Gen XE. Trump is giving out presidential medals of honor like fucking candy at this point. So
Right.
we'll come up with something, a little gold star that we'll send
Oh
you.
my gosh. No.
Well, see, and here's the thing, like the right have done really good at, and this is part of the strategy, getting back to the strategy thing, but commenting on like what we're talking about too, is the right has done really good at gathering together in force. That's their superpower, right? Is they have, bigger, smaller groups, so to speak, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're, like the group you mentioned earlier that, I had started is, like 6 people, right? They have ones that are, 600, that's their superpower. Their superpower is not long-term strategy. Because with all these new changes they're making, what's going to happen when the next individual on the Democratic side, who maybe is even a far less liberal minded individual, gets in power and utilizes the exact same things they're doing right now,
Right.
but in reverse?
Right.
It's gonna elevate things and it's gonna make, things worse, but it's exactly what they're doing. The last time the FCC used their power to put someone under was in 1970 fucking 8. I just looked into it before we started and stuff. And
Really?
so it's like anybody who's like, oh, the Democrats do it all the time. Well, no, they fucking don't.
Right.
You're lying. They're lying. And so this is a new thing. This is something that is absolutely atrocious. I mean, you can go through and look at the things that they would post about and talk about Obama online. You can find the things that were on the news about him even. And it's absolutely appalling. But they didn't get canceled and removed.
Right.
Because you only do that when you're actually secretly a insecure individual.
Yeah. So I've got a shirt that says "fuck Trump" that I have worn. I've been brave enough to wear it a couple times out in public, and the number of people that I've gotten kind of, not just giving me dirty looks, but kind of yelling at me. Meanwhile, every day I drive back and forth between my house and my mom's house, I pass at least 3 houses that are still flying their "fuck Biden" flag. Like the cognitive dissonance of like, it's okay to say "fuck Biden," but it's not okay to say "fuck Trump."
I know it is. You're right. Cognitive dissonance. Yeah, continue. Sorry, I was just agreeing.
No. I mean, it's just, uh, the things that basically the right thinks are abhorrent when the left does it, that they have absolutely no problem when they do it. It like it, I'd say it would be worth keeping a list, except we all know from experience that even data, like even examples, aren't going to sway anybody's perspective. Like we can talk about the number of people who've been canceled or taken off of air. And, yeah, like this is stuff that happens under Republicans that doesn't happen under Democrats. Um, and I
Exactly.
think, Kenyon, you're right that the right wing, their superpower is that they're better at kind of standing shoulder to shoulder. They're good at being in formation.
Well, that's
Beyonce
what
tried
you
to
were
teach
saying
us
in the
how to
beginning.
get information.
Well, and see, there's the thing is, our weakness is actually our power. So, we were all taught to be individuals. So, we are, unique in that we, think for ourselves. And so it's hard to bring a bunch of people who are their own tribes, together into one tribe, right?
Right.
As it is, let alone a massive, huge tribe where all of the free thinkers have to agree with one free thinker. That's incredibly difficult, and so that's kind of what we're working against. But it has a benefit because, as I said, in that we are all unique free thinkers. We can come up with ideas on the spot in relation to the things they have to consider for months on end.
Right.
We can come up with new if we actually put our nose down to the grinding wheel, so to speak. We can pump out so much more material than they're capable of, and you can see that with the mass amount of writing on Substack. Like that's all that writing is TikTok and YouTube videos waiting to happen if you have the right person to work with you that wants to be the face if that's not your thing.
Right. Kenyon,
And
that's a
so
great idea. That is a really good idea. Like we could form a coalition of people who, lots of ideas and pithy things, and we just need, someone who's got exceptionally good lighting who wears purple hats to be the face of the entire movement.
I
Oh my God, there he is. He's right there.
well, no, I don't, I really don't like, and I'm a little bit antisocial, I'm actually like, an introvert. I know I sound like an extrovert, but that's because I'm alone in my room, in my home, like I can feel like one right now.
Right.
But,
Right. Even Kimberly has to watch you from upstairs, right?
yeah.
I don't
Well,
as an extrovert, I don't think you need to be an extrovert to succeed speaking online because you're not in a room with people. You're alone. So introvert, not an excuse. We still want you, purple hat guy with the good
Can
lighting.
I interject something right here? So Ken, you just reminded me of something really important, and this really fits, right? And it goes along with the kind of the heart trick. Part of the way that we, this group of people, the 89 people watching right now, can boost each other is, and I learned this from Frederick Pogue. Uh, I have started restacking everything that I like on Substack, right? Like if I like it enough that I'm going to heart it, I'm also restacking it. And what I have noticed in my feed is one, I'm getting more interesting things. So Substack is now not just narrowing me down into a couple of people, it's actually opened my feed up into more people. And
that's
everything
cool.
that I'm restacking, I can see that it's getting traction. I can see other people liking it. And that is teaching Substack that those things are worthy of elevating. And so this is the way that we can hack the algorithm for us, right? Because I think you're right. I think the right wing is really good. Like they know that they're supposed to restack, they're assholes who are spewing hate. We need to restack and support our own voices. And so if you like something enough that you're going to heart it, restack it. You could do a restack with a note, but even just restacking is better
Yes.
than a heart.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. True.
Lawrence,
Yeah.
Lawrence and I are using our lives spent working in tech for good. We know that Substack is following algorithms, as most of you must as well. Um, the trick is trying to figure out what they are because they're not going to overtly tell you what the secret sauce is, right? Um,
Right.
One thing that's surprising to me, as Lawrence and I do this every day, and we have a very engaged chat. Clearly, we have people talking all the time. That doesn't seem to be what they're looking at, though. It seems to be they're looking at the hearts, and I think it must be because some people don't allow comments unless you're a paid subscriber. We don't
That makes
obviously
sense.
we let everybody, but the heart is,
Right.
for everyone. So our hypothesis is that the hearts will elevate, and it, anecdotally, at least today, does seem to be not doing us any harm. That's for sure. And yeah, the restacking thing. I mean, it's a good idea if it's something that's important anyhow, but it does seem to be the ratio of likes to restacks. If they see something just has a bunch of likes, that's a very casual sort of engagement. If they see that the percent is, oh, of the people who like this, a whole lot are commenting on it or restacking it, that signals to them that that's good, engaging content.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we
I think
giving away all the
you're completely
secrets?
right.
Are we
Like
giving
that,
away all the secrets?
I think
Okay.
you are. But I just literally I had an epiphany just literally like yesterday morning. And that's that like we really not yet. Everyone on Substack isn't really actually in competition yet because until we're at like even like 50% of the numbers of a platform like Twitter or Facebook, we're
Mhm.
all together in this because the more that like we get people, you know, to like our stuff, the more engagement we get, the more it gets pushed into the Google feed. And when people search, the more that people click randomly on Substack and they're like, oh, what's this platform? Oh, holy crap, this platform has absolutely everything. And the creators immediately can get paid for their content.
Right.
You know, it's a superior platform. It really is. It's my favorite one. It took me just like a second to like get used to it, but now I love it. I don't really like the other ones. So I go there because, you know, try to gather people from there to come here. That's mainly the only thing.
Yes.
Or to
Yeah.
100%.
troll the right wing to get them banned. I'm gonna quit doing that because it's getting dangerous.
Right. And Lauren has been saying this for a while, and it is not a unique to us expression, but to excuse me, I'm losing my voice this morning. To underline what you just said, Kenyon, a rising tide lifts all boats. That's the stage that we're in right now at Substack,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
that's like we are community builders at our core. That's a big part of the reason why Lawrence and I are here every morning is finding our people, elevating other voices. We are 100% certain that Substack is going to only continue to grow and have a bigger influence and impact, and we want to be doing it alongside all the right people. So, yeah,
Yeah,
well,
fair. That's
that's
fair.
why we're joking. I'm joking that I'm like, are we sharing the secrets? We want to be sharing the secrets with all of
Right.
you
Yeah.
because you're the like-minded people who we want to help grow. Everybody here's who's here.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think
Absolutely.
we could
Completely
do a
agree.
little experiment, for this next week, just like we did an experiment with the hearts today. For the next week, try restacking everything that you like. Like obviously if you see something that you disagree with, don't restack it. But if you like it enough that you would heart it, just go ahead and restack it and try that for a week. And I'm pretty sure you will see two things. One is that you're going to get more interesting things showing up in your feed because you're kind of teaching Substack that you want to see more stuff. And you're going to see that the people that you're restacking are going to get better traction. And, if we're all doing it for each other, it's kind of a nobody loses situation, right? If I'm
That's true.
restacking Kenyon every chance I get and he's restacking us, then we're all getting restacked. We're all getting greater ratios of restacks and thus all of our boats are rising together. So let's try it out.
Yeah,
Kenyon,
that's very, very true.
I don't really see you in my feed, so I'm going to need to go seek you out and restack a few, and then you'll become one of my regulars, I hope. 'Cause-
Honestly, that's really how it works. That is really
Yes.
how it works. Like once
Yeah,
you
it
teach
definitely can be. Yeah.
Yeah, once you teach the algorithm, like, oh, hey, I like it when KR Byers posts stuff, like I've restacked 17 of his most recent things, then it's like, oh shit, well, I'm going to show you that all the time.
Yeah,
So
I'm going to go
Yeah,
grab your link
that's
again,
true.
Kenyon, because a lot of folks have joined since I shared it, but let's go grab it here. And I mean, people can see it anyways from the top of the.
yeah, and I'm
But
going to say, I think the heart experiment is
Thank
working
you.
because we're almost
That
about
was
to
really
hit
nice.
100 people, and for our Saturday show, that's
no, we're at 103.
oh well, I've
Yeah,
got a lag then. Oh shit, I do have a lag between my phone and the actual chat. That's interesting.
yeah. Am I like robot moving? Because I
We
when
all
I
are. We're all kind of freeze frame right now, and it's because of the hearts. Um,
is it
I've noticed that Substack, like, it apparently rewards the hearts, but it also can't handle them.
you can't handle the hearts.
You can't handle the hearts. Yeah,
Babe, it's 100% me in your feed because you're obsessed with me, honey. We've talked about this. I do strongly recommend everyone else marry your stalker. All right, carrying on. So,
Ooh,
yeah.
camping tip number 103 from Kenyon Byers. You heard it here. Find your stalker and marry her.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Relationship goals. That's so sweet, Kimberly.
That is seriously the cutest. When are we gonna get to see? Do you ever do lives with Kimberly?
No, we have not done anything yet. She really has no interest in that she's ever said to me. We've never
Kimberly,
talked about it.
Kimberly, Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Kimberly, you hear it, babe? They're calling for you.
Oh my God, you guys, the Kimberly and Kenyon show. Are you kidding me? You should absolutely do the Kimberly and Kenyon show. I would
Move
watch the
over
shit out of that.
Kardashians. Move over Kardashians. You'll be the new
Seriously.
Dominic Case.
It'd be a good balance. You'd have me like ranting about whatever's going on in the news, and then you just like cut to her just looking at me like. Anyway, so there's these videos of puppies that are making rounds, and they're awesome and way better than what he was just talking about.
Oh my gosh. Rachel is asking, have you guys had Mouthy on? He and Kenyon have wonderful collaborations. We are trying, man. That dude will not message me back. So Kenyon, get Mouthy on the show.
All right, yeah, I'll put
I-
in a word.
I've tuned into a couple of the shows you do with him, and I saw the one, Kenyon, where you were just a disembodied head. And I have to admit to you, I think it was a little later at night, maybe. I might have been a little bit high, and it freaked me the fuck out. I was seriously watching it like, what is happening right now?
Oh my God, I missed that one. This episode is freaking me out a little because it's on my phone.
Yeah, I know. It feels like you can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
You know what's it's cool. I did that one you're talking about, and do you remember who I said who had cut off my head?
I tuned in like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes in. So I saw your disembodied head, but I didn't hear the backstory behind it.
Yeah,
Mormon missionaries had done it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then cut to a week later. Yeah.
Damn.
Right on the money. Right on the money, man. Fear. Yeah, they're scary, man. When they get serious, they get serious.
Oh shit. So the event in Utah was a week later?
Yeah, like less than a week. It was just like I don't remember how long.
The math works on that. Yeah, for sure. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Stop putting crazy shit out in the universe, Kenyon.
Right? I
manifest better things, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm lost a little. Mason is saying I'm lost, and so am I. And it might just be the glitchiness of this one, but I want to hear more about the disembodied head on Mouthy's podcast.
Mm-hmm. Did you want to tell him, Lawrence?
No, you go for it, man. Like I said, I tuned in like 5 or 10 minutes late. I didn't hear I was just watching, and I think there was like a remote control or something, and I was like, I was pretty high, and so I was like, oh my God, what is even happening?
Right,
yes, it was this.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say anything about what happened the week later, other than that did just trigger that memory for me because I saw that video.
Yeah.
So, eep. I got this.
You're so weird, babe.
Right. Yeah. Kimberly's calling you weird in public, so that's how we know that you guys are soulmates. She's comfortable enough, like calling you weird in public on a live video. We're gonna publish.
That's my favorite word.
It'll be up there. The internet is forever.
Oh
we all know that I'm weird. You guys have no idea.
I think we're starting to learn.
Yeah, I just wanted to mess with Mouthy Renegade. I did the first half of the interview with him as a disembodied head. It was funny because he had no idea it was happening at all. Like he had no clue I was going to do that, and so it was shocking to him. And I know him personally very well, and so I know his like facial expressions and stuff. And for me, it was hard not to laugh my ass off. because I knew how like shell shocked he was by the whole thing. He had no clue. So that was fun. I had fun.
Yeah, no, it was clear you were having a good time, and he was a little bit like, "What the actual fuck is happening here?"
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Um, this has been so fun. And I'm debating being like, let's tie this back to the topic of what can we all
Strategy,
do?
right?
Yeah.
Welcome to
I think that's a good thing. Yeah.
all the restacks, all the hearts. Do what we can to help all the boats rise here on Substack because we know that this is a really great platform to be on. I'm going to add one to that list, which may be unpopular. If you do those things, like for me, the stories that are really taken off are the ones that cross over the political wall. And then I get angry men yelling at me. And then everybody weighs in. And
Yeah. Let your haters do a little bit of the work for you. If you have a bunch of haters commenting on your stuff, that helps push you up in the algorithm too.
Yeah,
it
for
does.
sure.
And Lawrence and I each posted a story this week that we thought that might happen with. And they've done okay, but not quite that big yet. And I think in part because we've been pushing the pledge drive so hard. Because our big, did I mention our big pledge drive 4-hour marathon is tomorrow?
Right. Kenyon,
But
if you want to
next
come
week,
back,
Lawrence,
we're going to be on for 4 hours tomorrow. You
we would,
4 hours.
yeah.
Oh man. If I didn't have so much yard work to do for the
Oh
coming weeks, we
All
got
no.
to
right.
paint the side of our
He
house. We
needs
have
to
to
wash
paint
his
our
hair.
house.
We're getting
That
oh
sucks.
God, you know what? I'm busy tomorrow. I got to wash my hair. My
I do
my
actually
mustache
though.
needs
Tomorrow
trimming.
is hair washing day. That is actually a thing though.
Me too. Me too. No, you would only come on for 10 or 20 minutes. We have a whole slate of folks coming on. We don't expect you to come on for 4 hours. That would be
No,
a
I'm
lot.
just, yeah, I'll come on. Yeah, I'll come on. I'll come say hi.
Okay,
Nice.
I'll send you a message and we'll figure out a time. You heard it here first. But next week, Lawrence, like maybe Monday after this, let's try a test where we ask everyone to restack each of like our articles, and let's see if we can blast them up and over the wall, as I think of it, and what
Mm,
happens.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Let's
yeah.
keep
I'm
testing,
on
and
board.
then yeah, we should compile a list of like things that we think help get the word out. Um, and it's in part because we want to elevate everyone, but there can be a broader political importance to it. Because if you're writing really important things people need to see and no one's reading them, it's like a tree falling in the woods, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Oh, and
that's
Sonia,
true.
since what time do we start tomorrow? It starts at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, the 4-hour marathon, because the Earth, Wind, and Fire song is, do you remember, the 21st night of September? So we wanted it at least East Coast time to go into the night.
Yep. Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah,
That's
we're
good. I
doing
like that.
4 hours tomorrow. And even though it turns out the equinox is not until Monday, we're still celebrating the end of summer tomorrow. Although I think we just decided at the top of the hour we're going to extend the pledge drive through the actual end of the equinox because Dana and I are both completists like that.
Yes, at least the discount will run through the 22nd instead of the
Right.
21st. Well,
Can you strike me as the completest too? Like when you're gaming, do you have to like go open every box of treasure and pick up every last item and do all of that?
I
Or
used to be. Yeah, yeah, I
okay.
used to be. Yes. Yeah, I don't let myself now. Otherwise, I can't do anything else. I have to work. So,
Right,
but when
right.
I am playing a game, yes, yeah, yeah. Dang it,
It's a
you got
particular
it.
kind of OCD, right?
Yeah, yeah.
do you
Actually, I
think I'm
just
a
had to stop
completist,
myself from
Lawrence?
doing that on Final Fantasy X again. Again, it would be
Yeah.
several times in my life I've done it on that game. So,
Yeah. Nice. Nice. For me, it's Oblivion and Skyrim. Those are the games where like I've played them multiple times and I'm a completist every time. I've got to do every quest.
yeah, Skyrim. If I get really into Skyrim, that's dangerous because I will want to do every single thing, and then once I've done everything legit, I'll want to go find all the little cheats and all the little nooks and crannies where I can sink into the map and get behind things and like, every town has a treasure chest, a town treasure chest
Yeah.
that you can get through if you escape through the map. That game's so cool. There's so many cool things in that game. Now I want to play
Honestly,
Skyrim.
it's
Thanks, Lawrence. There went my whole week of productivity.
right. No, for sure. Yeah, like Oblivion was the thing that kind of, really made me be like, oh my God, open world. good God, I love this. And Skyrim is just chef's kiss.
Yeah, yeah. Oblivion was yeah. I played a little bit of Morrowind, but it was so hard, it was obnoxious. And then Oblivion was like, oh, this is amazing. And then Skyrim was like, oh, wow, I can't wait to see what they do next. And then Grand Theft Auto just announced they're coming out with one. That's a fun series.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, that's
game. So you fellas carry on.
sorry, Dana. Well,
No, you're totally fine. Mason is asking about our dollar subscriptions, and it sounds like she's not seeing them. So you carry on. I don't know. It's hard to see it because it's me.
oh yeah, our $1 discounts should be open to everybody. It's $1 for an entire year, and then it renews at $1 forever. And if you just go to my Substack, Lawrence Winterman Science Fiction, it's $1 for a year. If you go to Dana Dubois Writes, it's $1 for a
Yeah.
year.
I'm just looking to see if I can see it. Yep, I see it on mine. I'm checking that first. So I'll put the link in here. Morgan X is saying, not me. Really? That link right there doesn't, and I'm going to put your name in there because I see it annual $1, which, should show for everybody. But I can't see yours, Lawrence, because I already subscribed to you. And so it's just rolling me through to account.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I
Sometimes you
think,
have to do incognito window to make that happen.
yeah.
Anyway, we've got 4 minutes left. We should actually try to close out on our topic. Kenyon, what other wisdom do you have for us regarding strategy and how we fight back against the MAGA noise machine?
The most simple thing I can say to people that I notice the difference between people on the right and people on the left is don't be afraid to unite or group together with people who are simply against Trump for the time being. Disregard pretty much anything else. If they are anti-Trump, unite. I mean, that's it. Like, that's going to be the most simple method because there's a bunch of things that people can argue about till the end of time on which way is the right way to believe or which way is the right way to proceed in different topics. But one thing we can all unite on is that, fuck Trump. So, and if that's the case, then everything else is just noise for the time being, because the most important thing is to defeat him. And more importantly, whoever is the choice to precede him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think we've spent some time kind of speculating and talking about what comes after Trump, and we should probably at some point maybe even do an entire show about that. But like regardless of who is at the head of everything, we need to just have an operation, like a full blown kind of counter story. Like the name of Melissa's entire publication, Counter Story
Yeah.
Media. We need to have like our organization and our counter story geared up and ready to go, regardless of who is at the top of their ticket or in the presidency. Because Trump
Right.
isn't going to be around forever.
And see, here's an example of like, if we were to able to form more effective groups and a better sense of togetherness and support and strategy through these methods and others. Imagine if, let's say, and we talked about this in that private chat, Lawrence, or I mentioned it at least.
Yeah.
If we had a big enough group of people when they're calling and getting these individuals fired for saying the things they said about Charlie Kirk. Imagine if we had equally sized groups that could call these same entities and be like, well, hey, we're going to quit shopping here if you don't rehire this fucking person.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to bow down to this other fascist fucking group because they're the loudest assholes in the room. Like,
Yeah.
that's
No.
not how it works. And if it is, then two can play that game. That's an easy problem to solve.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, riffing right off of that, the whole Jimmy Kimmel blowback, Disney has lost $4 billion worth of value because so many people are canceling their subscriptions to Disney, which is Disney, ABC, Hulu, a whole family of things. Their cancellation page has crashed. They've now rejiggered their cancellation page so that they try to con you into not canceling, right? Like they're offering all of these deals to not cancel. Sometimes the cancellation page is down or it forgets that you're trying to cancel. So they are desperate. They are desperate not to like lose any more market value or lose any more subscribers. So it's working, right?
Oh yeah. Right.
Like the
Yeah.
boycott against Target actually worked. Target went full reversal on diversity, equity, inclusion, and we organized, enough of us organized to not shop at Target and to consistently do that over a period of time. They lost massive amounts of market share. Their CEO had to quit because it impacted them so badly. So we can do the same thing to Disney. We can do it to other organizations
Yeah.
that are aligning with Trump.
Something I
Exactly. Look at what
saw
they did to
on
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
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 What do you say, Dana? One thing you saw?
Oh, I saw this on social media, and I thought this was a really good idea. Sinclair is Disney affiliated, I assume. Yes, I
Well,
think so.
Sinclair is a distribution network. Sinclair owns TV stations.
Yes.
Sinclair is horribly, horribly right wing, family
Yes.
owned, billionaire right wing company. And they basically are the ones that said to Disney, we will not broadcast the Jimmy Kimmel Show unless you cancel him. So
Got it. Okay.
it's a little bit harder to boycott your local TV station, but you can do it. You can
Now,
do
what
it.
you can do, this was the advice that I saw, is watch it for a night, note all of the local companies that are supporting in your region that are putting ads
Brilliant.
on
Yes.
during the show, and then contact each one of them and say, I'm not going to shop here or visit your whatever kind of business they are, if you continue
Yeah.
to support this. And if enough people do it, that hits them in the wallet, which is where we want to hit them. So
Yep.
there's
Got to
another
punch them
idea.
right in that wallet. It's the only thing that hurts them.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Linnaeus says power of the dollar, exactly, like, money
Yep.
talks.
Mm-hmm.
Callie says, I'm just waiting for Trump to release an executive order that Disney can't be canceled.
Right.
Oh man, that's so right.
Nothing would surprise anymore. Like
Right.
that's the
No.
truth. Some things still surprise. We haven't even talked about the H13B thing that he announced last night, which we'll have to talk about
Uh,
maybe tomorrow. We're gonna have a lot of time, Lawrence.
yeah.
Did you all see that news that for
Yeah. He
folks?
raised the price of H-1B visas to $100,000, which is insanity. And it's going to impact the healthcare field the most because like 10% of nurses and caregivers currently in the U.S. are here on H-1B visas. So expect your healthcare to get even worse.
See, and I just thought about it in terms of tech
Right.
because out here in Seattle, like I couldn't even guess what percent of folks who are working at the Microsofts, the Amazons, all the big companies are here on H-1B visas. Like half. I mean, the
A
number's
lot.
huge. It's a lot. So,
Well, right. And what's that going to do
yeah,
to prices even more?
Right.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
Yep.
those will get passed along. Kenyon, this was a pleasure. I hope we do see you tomorrow
Yeah.
during our marathon 4-hour show. I will message you about time slots and where we're definitely going to make some room. To everyone here in the live chat, we hit 129 from
That's
58.
amazing.
So I'm going to say the hearts worked. 128 on a
Yeah.
Saturday for us is pretty big. And I'm just going to once again underline what you said about Substack is nascent. I mean, 100 and now 32 people. Wow, that just popped up very quickly. Is very small in absolute numbers, but they just launched the live technology. Like these channels are only going to explode in the coming months and years, I think. So we're all here at the beginning, and that's powerful.
Right.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
Kenyon.
having me. Thank
Yeah.
you for having me.
And
Of
rising
course.
tide lifts all boats, right? Like go restack
Yeah.
all of Kenyon's stuff today. Like go click on, say hi in the chat again, Kenyon, so everyone can click through and go directly to your page. And then go restack everything that he's posted for the last couple of days, right? And
Same
let
with anyone that came here for me. Go and follow Dana and Lawrence. I do. I am a paid subscriber to both of them and their publication XYZ. So
yeah, amazing. So thank you everybody, and thanks for being here, Kenyon. We will see everyone tomorrow for our 4-hour extravaganza
From 4 to 8
to celebrate the end
p.m.
of summer.
Eastern time.
yay.
Yay!
Bye.
Love
All
you,
right.
mean it.
Bye, everybody. Love you,
Bye.
Mia. Bye, bye. Bye.